You know, Brock Lesnar comes out and steals the show in many ways. And I thought it was so much fun. And I thought the commentary on it afterwards was very interesting. Look, was this simply a display for theater, for promotion, for building a big fight that we realize in many ways should not happen on paper? Yeah, sure it was. Don't think you're the smartest guy in the room for pointing that out. You're not. You're the most annoying guy in the room if you've pointed it out. There was a sportscaster on Sunday, a female sportscaster, and she showed a recap of the UFC. She didn't show any of Pettis' great moments. She didn't show any of the undercard, any of the big knockouts, any of the highlights that was the weekend. She just showed a clip of Lesnar and DC having a square off. It then pans back to her and she goes, the only reason they're doing this is for money. And she acted disgusted about it. And it's like, okay, smarty pants, why did you show up for work today? And all of a sudden you start to see why this is ridiculous. Look, it was a ton of fun. Okay, Brock Lesnar is a former national champion. He is a former world champion, and he's a once-in-a-lifetime attraction. Those things are real. Daniel Cormier has done some heavy lifting. And all the money that you guys think Daniel Cormier might have made, he made some good money, but he also had some fights that didn't draw. Him versus Gustafsson comes to mind. And I bring it up because it was one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life, but it wasn't a heavily anticipated match where people sat down and pushed the buy button. And I think when you couple that to the fact that he's gone to 2 different weight classes, he's never pulled out a fight, he's set a lot of records. If he wants to go out there and have some fun one time, and yeah, maybe it is a spectacle that he can participate in financially, but if he wants to do that for the first time in his career, give him a little bit of slack. Shut up. None of you don't want to see it. All of you do want to see it. I thought it was very peculiar, you know. Daniel Cormier loves the pro wrestling aspect, and he loves to talk on the microphone, but the reality is he's not very good at it. He only thinks he's good at it. So when he goes out there and he wants to have a little bit of fun, and he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, and he's cutting one of these promos while smiling a little bit because he can't keep that straight face, and he's giving a little bit of a wink to the crowd, that's all fine and well. That's all fine and well. None of that's an insult, but the reality is when you then challenge Brock Lesnar, okay, and you now give him the one opportunity at the one thing in life he is better than you at, as much as you think, Daniel Cormier, that Brock Lesnar is going to get in the ring and smile and wink and say, hey, I've known you a long time and congrats on the Stipe win. Instead, he is going to show you how this business is done. He's going to step in there and push your heavyweight championship ass halfway across the ring, keep a straight face, cut a promo, burn the entire ring down, and he's never going to wink to the audience. And that is why that worked. And Brock Lesnar knew, I'm in here with an amateur who wants to be part of this, but he's in way over his head. And I'm going to show him. And that little bit of fear in Daniel Cormier's eyes and that little bit of confusion of, oh my God, are you serious, is why Brock Lesnar belonged. And the great ones never bring anybody in on it. And as much as Daniel wanted to wink at Brock and give him an elbow and hope that the crowd didn't pick up on it, Brock realizes people are watching and they're watching at all times. And the great ones don't bring anybody in on the gag, including you, DC.